Welcome to the Downtime from WTWH Media with your hosts, Sarah Wynn and Sheri Kasprzak, bringing you everything you need to know from the week in manufacturing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Downtime. We are a weekly manufacturing podcast sharing insights from WTWH Media's plant engineering and packaging OEM. WTWH stands for willing to work harder, and that is what my co-host and I aim to do each and every week. I am Sarah Wynn, Senior Editor for Packaging OEM, one half of the Downtime Divas. I'm feeling scarlet and great today. Let me tag in my partner in crime.
Hey, it's Sheri Kasprzak. I am the Executive Editor for Automation and Control Brands, and if you don't know, that is Plant Engineering, Control Engineering, and Consulting Specifying Engineer. Welcoming you back to another episode of the Downtime. And Sarah, I understand congratulations are in order. I understand that a certain team that you, worship won over the weekend. So congratulations, OH.
I-O, Sheri, big win, big win. On to the Big Ten Championship we go.
Woo-hoo.
Was I on campus last week? Yes. Did I get this new towel and hat? Also, yes. Did I send it to Sheri as soon as I bought it? Triple yes. Yes.
We love it. We love to see it. So excited for you, excited for OSU. So yeah, the Ohio State.
Yeah. The Ohio State Buckeyes beat Michigan. That's how it goes. Awesome, awesome. I don't have any fits to throw. I already mentioned my new hat. What about you, Sheri?
You know, my fit today is comfort because it is cold and it's supposed to snow and sleet and be really gross here in New England tomorrow and into Wednesday. So we're filming this on a Monday. So this week is going to be rough up in New England. So I am cuddled in. I have my warm hoodie. It's good. Nice and cozy. So yeah.
We're going to have to get you an Ohio State sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have a great show on deck today. We have a nice Throwback Thursday episode featuring our interview that we aired earlier this year with Amber Fritz. She's the Engineering Systems and Configuration Manager for Reliance Worldwide. And we also have a nice little naughty or nice manufacturing pop culture game. But before we get into that, Sheri, before we know it, it will be New Year, New Me.
Oh, I know, for sure.
I'm already here. So as we close the new year, we will have 3 episodes this month of the Downtime, including the one we're talking on right now. We'll have an episode on the 11th. We'll have an episode on the 18th. Leading into those, we're going to share some of our highest performing stories of the year.
Yeah, for sure. We're sharing headlines that did really well, that you loved, that we loved, that everybody loved. So you can revisit those stories, share them with people who you think would like them. Give them a little gift.
Definitely. And so we are sharing highlights from Plant Engineering and Packaging OEM's websites. Sheri, do you want to kick us off?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I was doing all of our research going back through 2025's top articles, and 2 of them are like some of my favorite topics. Let's just go right into the first one. This is a great piece from Ron Widdop. He is from Shermco Industries, and it's called NFPA 70E Requirements, the Baker's Dozen of Electrical Safety. And it gives some no-nonsense information about the National Fire Protection Agency's electrical safety information recommendations. As the name suggests, there are 13 guidelines included, and you can check that out at plantengineering.com. So this article was really important to me because it's critical to create safe working conditions around electricity. Being a qualified electrical worker is so important to maintain safety, and it's critical to understand what conditions of maintenance means. So, you can never be too prepared when it comes to working with electricity. So this article is just a no-nonsense guide. The other story I wanted to highlight from our year over at plantengineering.com is about variable frequency drives. And we talk a lot about VFDs here, both at Plant Engineering and on the Downtime podcast. And I'm a big fan. So Shannon Childs of WEG Electric produced a piece for Plant Engineering this year called Use VFDs with Integrated PLCs for Safe and Reliable Pumping Systems. So this is a great look at how VFDs combined with programmable logic controllers can ensure reliable pumping systems. We love that. this article is a breakdown of how VFDs with integrated PLCs can transform pumping systems by combining intelligent automation with advanced motor control, ensuring efficient operation while protecting equipment. PLC technology is becoming more integrated into modern VFDs, and that will really simplify a lot of setups for people. The associated setup wizards make VFDs a good choice for pumping systems and the like. So that is my breakdown for today. In next week's episode, I'm sure I'll have some more headlines to share with you from plantengineering.com. We had so many great articles this year. These are just two great examples. And so back over to you, Sarah. I'm sure you have a lot of great headlines from the year. It's been a great year over at Packaging OEM. Tell us what some of your top headlines are for the year.
Definitely. I'll get into that in 1 second. I just want to add Sheri Kasprzak, big fan of variable frequency drives. I think that should be her new LinkedIn bio. She's had this same LinkedIn bio for a few months. Maybe it's time to refresh it. Maybe it's time.
Big VFD fan. Is that what I should change my bio?
Huge fan. I'll be the queen of the gifts. You're the big VFD fan. How about that?
All right. It's a deal.
All right. Over to Packaging OEM, we are sharing several of our top stories from this past year, 2025, and that includes Zebra Technologies. This is from a demo from Automate back in May of 2025, the infamous Detroit trip. They are expanding packaging visibility with their RFID tools and their scan tunnel system. So their RFID tech, radio frequency identification tools, it works with Zemelgo's software. They are a software company that provides cloud-based solutions to track inventory and assets. Zemelgo's tech supports Zebra's portfolio of RFID readers, handheld devices, and printers. We have a great demo on Packaging OEM's website from the Automate event. It includes Zemelgo's Director of Growth, Garrett Gross. We will link this story in this social post. And Sheri, the next one up is about paper wrap. Paper wrap was brought to the North American market this past spring through a collaboration with Ranpak, an Austrian-based paper wrap green by orange, and Mondi Group. It's a recyclable paper pallet wrap that made its debut back at ProMat in Chicago. We were at that ProMat trip. Very nice, Sheri. It's a sustainable alternative to traditional single-use plastic stretch wrap. This might be the GIF I'm most well known for. No GIF has been viewed as many times as this. This one has over.
GIF queen. We love it.
Whoo! This one has over 300 likes on LinkedIn.
Wow.
So I had to wrap it up for my 2025 recap. Get it?
I see what you did there.
So check out packagingoem.com for more coverage. We will be highlighting our top stories throughout the month of December. Back to you, Sheri.
Sounds great. We love that. Yeah, 2025 was a great year. And, I am just so lucky that in 2025, Sarah, we got to start the Downtime podcast. It has been going strong, and you're the best co-host a girl could ask for. So I'm happy.
I'm hashtag thankful, grateful, blessed that we were able to work on the show together, Sheri.
Absolutely. Same. All right. So we've got a interview coming up. Now, this one is from earlier this year. We did a piece on women in the trades, and this was such a great interview that we managed to get with Amber Fritz. So why don't you set us up?
Definitely. So Amber Fritz, she is, like I mentioned at the top of the show, Amber Fritz is the Engineering Systems and Configuration Manager for Reliance Worldwide. She brings over 20 years of experience across multiple manufacturing sectors, from engineering to medical devices and to plumbing. During our interview, she shares insights on supporting and empowering women in manufacturing, her advice, and how to overcome items like self-doubt while taking initiative and growing your career. Plus, she shares the importance of a positive mindset. So, Sheri, are we ready to rock and roll with Amber?
Let's rock. All right. Take it away, Amber.
Welcome to the podcast, Amber. We're so happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation. I'm honored. It's good to be in the industry and meet with others that are in the industry and have these conversations. So it's great.
Definitely. Amber, could you just introduce yourself? We know who you are, but could you introduce yourselves to our audience just so they know who we have here on the Downtime with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Amber Fritz. I am currently engineering manager at Reliance Worldwide Corporation, which is a major plumbing manufacturer in the United States. We used to be headquartered in Australia. We are now headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been in the industry, we'll just say over 20 years. And I'm currently sitting on the board for women in manufacturing for the Georgia chapter.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, Amber. So that's actually how we met. So for our audience, Sheri and I were at PAC Expo Southeast, which was in Atlanta, Georgia this year. And Amber was at the Women in Manufacturing booth.
Mm-hmm. Yep, trying to support and really encourage women in manufacturing, and not just women in manufacturing, but allies for women in manufacturing. So, it's really important that you have the support, especially in a manufacturing environment where that's not a traditional role for a lot of women. So, having that support and knowing that there's others out there going through the same things and having the same hardships and triumphs that you are is important.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great point. And part of the reason we wanted to do this interview is that Women in the Trades Day is coming up on June 15th. Yeah, tell us a little bit about your experience in trying to bring together women who are in manufacturing and how women in manufacturing can sort of address some pain points that women may have working in the trades.
Right. Okay, so a little history first. So, my background is engineering. I'm a mechanical engineer from Georgia Tech. And my first role was at, an aerospace. And then I've gone to appliances, and I've gone to medical devices, and now I'm in plumbing. So I've kind of traveled the whole gambit of manufacturing, not just in the plumbing field, but, in a little bit of everything. And I think that is kind of an important point for women in manufacturing is you don't have to stay in whatever field that or whatever manufacturing environment that you just happen to be in. And a lot of times that's kind of how the roles, especially for women, have developed is that's just where you kind of fell into place, and that's just where you ended up. A lot of times people don't search out those manufacturing roles. And in a way, that's a shame because there's a lot of growth opportunities there. There's a lot of advancement. There's a lot of really fulfilling and satisfying work in the manufacturing industry. I mean, it's all over the place. You can go anywhere, not just in the US, but, anywhere. There's always manufacturing. And so, I think that's hard for, especially for younger generations to come up and say, I want to go into manufacturing. That's just not common. It's just kind of how you end up. But I really try to promote, actually making a conscious effort to be in manufacturing. And that's not just on the engineering or the actual on the floor, operators on the floor, although those are very fulfilling roles as well. But you're looking at finance and supply chain and marketing and HR. All those roles are available in manufacturing as well. And I think that's kind of a big point of, a big offering for manufacturing. As far as pain points, just knowing that you can do more. Operator on the floor. I've seen a lot of people start out at, minimum wage and shipping and receiving and working their way into positions on the floor and gaining educations because a lot of companies offer education and training. And people, when you take advantage of that, you can really go far. And I've seen people who've started out as operator and go to plant manager before. And it's so very doable. And I think knowing that you can do that is a big thing. I think the knowledge just isn't always there.
Right.
Definitely, Amber. Can you emphasize, maybe you mentioned allies. How can you help others become an ally to women in manufacturing, or do you have any advice on that?
Yeah. Okay. So again, starting out, I didn't have a lot of women in leadership roles to really look up to. Totally different now. I mean, there are a lot more women in manufacturing leadership roles now than there have been before. Still not, equivalent to the percentage of women in manufacturing, but it's definitely growing. And one of the key things is you don't have to have a mentor who is a woman to have a mentor. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of men out there that are very willing and capable of being mentors or guiding you into the right direction. Sometimes you just got to ask, and maybe that's not always easy because you feel a little out of touch, maybe. But this is the thing. Ask. The worst thing they can say is, no, I'm not interested. And Okay. But the best thing they can do is be a huge support for you and really give you guidance and be be that champion for you for maybe that next role that's coming up. Leadership can put in those key words. Hey, I've really been working with so and so, and I think she's got a lot of potential that maybe others just don't see. So ask, ask. That's what I say.
I love
Absolutely.
I love that, Amber. One of my favorite quotes is closed mouths don't get fed. So
Mm.
you'll never know. So I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can we ask you, Amber, how did you end up on the board for the Women in Manufacturing in Georgia's chapter?
Sure. So flipping through, just looking at some organizations that could be supportive, I really just wanted to have kind of a community of people who I could grow with. And my company actually is a member of Women in Manufacturing. They're at a corporate level, and it was just mentioned, literally mentioned in passing at a network event at the company that, hey, we have these opportunities. So I looked into the website, Women in Manufacturing website, and I saw that, oh, there's all these events, there's plant tours, and I just signed up for one. And it was great. I went on a plant tour. Actually, it was at the Kia facility down in West Point, Georgia, which is an amazing manufacturing facility. If you ever have a chance to tour it, you should definitely do it. But I went there, and I was able to meet with some of the other women that were in the group that had been there a little bit longer, and then there were some that had joined just like I did, just saw it as an opportunity. But when I went on that tour, one, the tour was great. But two, just being with a group of women that I'd never met before, never met a single one, I didn't come with a friend or anything. And so I just, it's kind of forced you into having conversations. But wow, I mean, they were amazing. And it was like, hey, can I see you at the next event? I'm like, yeah, and so I just kind of got involved in that way. And I met some of the other members of the board and got to know them. And there were some open spaces, and it just seemed to match. Being in manufacturing was obviously key, but just having that desire to understand others that were kind of in my same position and to support them, that means a lot to me. That helped me as as an engineer and as a woman in manufacturing, and so I kind of just wanted to give back to that. So that's how I ended up on the board. And I've loved it. It's been great. I've been there actually 1 year this month. I've been on the board for 1 year this month. Thank you.
Congratulations. Amazing.
But yeah, it's a great group of women, and it's been a great learning experience.
Thank you
Wonderful.
so much for sharing, Amber. Go for it, Sheri.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell us a little bit about what drew you to manufacturing broadly and engineering specifically. What was it about the field that really spoke to you?
Sure. Okay, so we'll roll back to high school. It was I enjoyed high school. I enjoyed academics. And I didn't really know what to do. I have hardly heard of engineering. It was like, okay, an engineer, a lawyer, or a doctor. Yeah, you hear those things as a child or as an adolescent, but I never really thought that much about it. I actually had planned to go into the Air Force Academy and was like ready to go. And I got my admissions to Georgia Tech, and it's like, okay, my world just kind of opened up a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let's do this. It's still close to home. I don't have to move to Colorado. So ended up at Tech, and it just felt that I really wanted that challenge. Engineering was definitely, I mean, I had the math background, but it was something that was probably going to be difficult for me. And I kind of was looking for that. So ended up with a mechanical engineering degree, and that world just started opening up as well. Cause then it's like, oh, wow, look at all these opportunities that I never even realized I had just being a high school student. And I think that's really key for young people today, is just having the exposure. I didn't have that, and I kind of just fell into it. But had I had that, oh, I would have definitely been driven that way. And then as far as in manufacturing, I did an internship. Internship again in college, one of the best things you can do. It gets you in there, and it either tells you more of what you want to do, or maybe more of what you don't want to do. And my first internship was kind of that way. Truly enjoyed it. And it was with aerospace, but I learned I did not want to be niched into that aerospace only. And that's kind of why I went with the more broad mechanical engineering, because I knew from there I could do a lot of different things. I could go into appliances, or construction, or industry, or medical devices, and I've kind of have done a little bit of all that. So that's how I ended up kind of in manufacturing, was really getting that experience, having the opportunity to get that education, and then experiencing some of those roles through internship, which again, highly recommend doing for the younger generation. It just gets you in there, and you understand a little more about what the role is.
Absolutely. It's so interesting that you mention kind of keeping yourself open. I recently did an interview with a recent engineering grad, and that was one of the things she said is be open to taking on a lot of different, roles, or looking into other ways of being. If you're doing, something in chemical engineering, be open to mechanical, or be open to learning how to code, because all of that stuff is going to be relevant. So
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, and I totally agree. I started out in sustaining engineering group, which is really more, okay, your product's already it's already created, it's already designed. Now you're kind of going back looking, how can we make it better? Are there field failures? We need to look, it's troubleshooting. And that was nice because you didn't, it wasn't just a single design. You were looking at a lot of broad, and you're trying to troubleshoot, which ends up making you think about how to design better. So that kind of comes in. But what it also does is it makes you think about the manufacturing side, and how can I design this to make it more manufacturable? Because a lot of the problems come from they just can't put it together well, because maybe it's the tolerances are too tight, or there's just a piece blocking it. The assembly is too difficult. So having that sustaining background helped a lot in the manufacturing side, because I kind of understood how to design more so that it met your manufacturing needs. And that was pretty important.
That's awesome.
Definitely. Thank you, Amber. And I don't want to take up all of your day. If you have any advice to give to women that are considering entering manufacturing or recently entered the industry, what would that be?
Know that you can do it. Imposter syndrome is a real thing. And I've had over 20 years experience, and I still feel it sometimes, almost on a daily basis, like, man, can I really do this? And yeah, you can. You can. That's probably the best advice, is just try it. The worst thing that happens is, okay, so I didn't do well at it. Well, then I've learned something, and no one's going to knock you down a level. No one's going to reprimand you for trying. And you never know, that may take you to the next step. You may realize, a stretch project in supply chain. Maybe it's something that is outside of your realm. You didn't think would be something you enjoyed. Try it. You may end up finding, a career path that you never knew you wanted and you really enjoy. So that's my big advice, is just step into it and try it, and ask.
Absolutely.
Great words of advice from Amber. Thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate you and your time. Sheri, do you have any other questions for Amber?
Just what is your favorite part of working in the trades?
The people you meet. It is truly an amazing group of people. They are so supportive, and they really want to see not just projects be successful, but other team members, other peers be successful. And there is so much support in the trades. It's amazing to see. And it's nice also to be able to work with like schools and some of the younger groups of people, having them in. I encourage, corporations, have a trades day, bring in, students from the high school that are in the trade side and maybe aren't going are going vocational instead of going college prep, because there's so much opportunity in the trades, in plumbing, in electrical, and all those things, and they're needed. And you can have a great career, and you can have a really great support system by going into the trades.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Amber. We really appreciate it. Such a great interview. We really thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you reaching out and asking for this interview. It's been great to talk with you.
Thank you again, Amber. We loved your interview so much we had to air it twice.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, and we met you back at Pack Expo Southeast in Atlanta. We will be in Atlanta next year. Hope to see you there.
Sounds great. Yep. Gotta love the ATL, and Amber is from that area, so we bonded over our Peach State origin story. So loved it. We love to see it. All right, so on to game time.
So today's game is called Naughty or Nice Manufacturing Edition. Here's how it works. We're going to throw out a bunch of topics. Some are manufacturing wins, some are problems, some are pop culture related or items we've talked about on the show before. You'll hear a few callbacks. Sheri, there's one in particular I left in here for you.
We love it.
And then Sheri, how do we decide who's naughty or nice?
Well, we're going to decide if each one is naughty or nice and add our own little commentary. And there is no right or wrong answer here. We're just vibing. It's straight vibing. Whatever you feel like is what it is.
This whole episode has been straight vibing because we are off of our normal routine and schedule. We're back from the holiday.
It's the tryptophan. Just go with it. Just roll with us, will you?
I've just been like watching movies like Love Actually for the last few days. I got to get back into work mode, okay?
Right,
okay.
Exactly. So,
all right, naughty or nice, and I tied some manufacturing, I tied some packaging trends in here, so we'll just get going.
All right.
Naughty or nice, AI predicting a maintenance issue before anyone notices.
Well, I think that's downright nice, don't you? I mean, I'm a big fan of predictive maintenance. We love predictive maintenance on the show, so 100%, yes, nice.
That's the nice list, yes.
For sure. All right, Sarah, collaborative robots helping humans safely.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, for sure.
Yeah, we've had some great episodes recently about cobots. You can go back, check out the interview with FANUC Senior Engineer Stacy Haramoto. We talk about a cobot in there. And with FlexLine Automations, Kathy Ridney, aka the Conveyor Cougar. We talk about cobots with her. All right, next one. Oh, Sheri, I'm sorry. I didn't let you say, is it naughty or nice?
It's nice. I said nice. Yeah,
Oh,
we're good.
got
We're
it.
on the same page.
Got
We're
it.
good.
Thank you. I'll cut it. Yeah. All right. How about naughty or nice? Team coordinating like a perfectly integrated assembly line.
Well, I think that's nice, but does that ever happen?
It did happen this past Saturday when Ohio State rolled over Michigan.
I see. Yep, work that in
I say
nicely.
nice.
I agree. Yeah, for sure. All right. So smart conveyors that communicate and handle machine transitions.
Wow, very nice. It sounds like a great plug for the Packaging OEM ebook on smart conveyors, material handling trends. You can check it out on Packaging OEM's website. What about you, Sheri? What do you think?
Yeah, nice for sure. And the, Packaging OEM ebook is also nice. It made the nice list this year.
Oh, Packaging OEM is on the nice list. Sarah is not.
Yeah, it's not.
All right. Naughty or nice? Wearing Crocs to your family Christmas event.
Oh, see, you struck a nerve with this one. I'm going to go with naughty. Like, do not pass go directly to jail. Come on now. No Crocs.
Whenever I go to Sheri's house, it'll happen one day. I'm going to wear my Crocs.
You'll be asked to leave them at the door.
I say nice. Nice.
All right. Moving along. Drinking pumpkin spice lattes in December.
This is where I have to say naughty. Pumpkin spice season is over, and there's no one that loves pumpkin spice more than me. So when I say it's over, it's over. Naughty.
See, I'm going to say it's naughty, but just a little. Just like, maybe you get something, but it's not what was at the top of your wish list. It's okay. I mean, I think for like the next few, maybe couple of weeks, you can still fit in pumpkin spice along with your peppermint latte, your hot chocolate. Yeah.
I just think it's peppermint time.
It is for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I say naughty. It's pumpkin spice season has come and it has passed. It'll be back next year. We'll talk all about it again next year.
We will.
And then in the meantime, Sheri, naughty or nice? An ERP system making your life easier.
Oh, that's definitely nice. If only an ERP could handle everything in my life, I would feel so much better about things.
I think I need one for me too.
I know.
Yes, this is,
For
I say
sure.
nice.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Packaging line handling multiple SKUs like a pro.
Nice, extremely nice.
That
Yes.
is very nice. I agree. Yeah.
How about some different formats too? You know, a nice little flexible pouch.
I love that. We love a flexible
How,
packaging moment.
we'll be talking about flexible packaging before the year ends. Sheri, naughty or nice, wearing a monochrome outfit.
See, I'm gonna say nice. It all depends on what you wear and how you carry yourself. I'm gonna say no matter what you wear, as long as you carry yourself with confidence, you're gonna look fly.
Notice I didn't say what color the outfit was because I think there's some nice versions, like all black outfit, chic, nice.
Yeah.
All gray groutfit, naughty, no.
I think you could wear all gray and have it look nice. I mean, it depends on what it is. All
I'm just
white,
thinking
yeah.
like a gray sweatshirt and gray sweatpants and like it's just groutfit.
I mean, where are we going? Are we hanging out at home? Like, what are you doing? I mean,
Well,
I probably wouldn't
again, the question is open ended. I
wouldn't
didn't.
go to a business event like dressed in a groutfit, but if
That's
I'm
what
hanging
we'll
at
wear
home,
at the next show. Groutfits.
that's a challenge. I think we ought to do that.
People will. No way. We're not doing it.
Even vetoed, y'all.
Monochrome outfit, if it's all black, extremely chic. It's my favorite look. I love
All
it.
right. Yeah. All right. On to the next one. I think this is our last one. Sarah, John Cena motivational poster hanging in the break room.
And when we say break room, we mean Sarah's office. Very
Yeah.
nice. Extra nice. Extra nice.
I think that's
You know,
nice. John Cena's a nice guy. He's very motivational. So I'm going to say yes. Nice.
had to tie it in because he'll be hanging it up in about 2 weeks. You know, we're big John Cena fans on this show, big fans of the people from the New England area and
Yeah.
that live there now, like Sheri. So that is the naughty or nice game.
Yeah. That was such a fun game there, Sarah. Thank you for putting that together. And I think this brings us to the end of yet another episode of The Downtime, my friends.
That's it. It always comes back around. Thank you for spending your downtime with the Downtime. I am Sarah Wynn here with
Sheri Kasprzak, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye.